Welcome back, lovelies. As promised, here's a 360 lace frontal tutorial I'm about to do on how I made the wig. I didn't order any hair for this unit because I already had some in my hair box that I have stashed in the closet. So all I did was pull out some old bundles such as the Anonia Kinky Straight hair that I had processed. I had some left over, and also a Chantiche 16-inch bundle in natural color that I purchased in the past. I'll be using a spandex cap in order to make the wig, and as you can see, this spandex cap has been with me for a very long time, for years. I just never got around to actually using it, so let's go. Things you're gonna need, of course, a sewing needle with thread, also some T-pins, and the lace frontal itself. I've already customized my mannequin head where I used plastic bags and tape in order to get it to the circumference that I wanted. So that's how I knew exactly where to place the 360 lace frontal for myself. After I got the 360 lace frontal positioned, I just went around with T-pin to secure it in place. Next, I went about sewing the tracks onto the lace frontal and the cap itself, focusing on making sure I stuck that needle not only through the lace on the frontal, but also the cap itself, going straight across, back and forth. In order to minimize shedding and also speeding up the sewing process, I use the fold over method. At this point, I'm halfway done. I'm just, again, doing the fold over method back and forth. And as you can see, I've been stitching not only through the cap itself, but the lace as well. So make sure you don't cut off that inside lace, so you can also use that to help secure the 360 lace frontal to the cap. Also, that inside lace will be great for you guys out there who love doing sew-ins, so that'd be something you can use to secure it down. Now I'm about to do a close-up of the sewing stitch that I used for my wig. It's pretty universal. A lot of people on YouTube use it, so it's not anything new, but just for you guys out there who just want to have a close-up of how I did it. After folding the track over, I do a few slip knots in order to secure it in place, and then I go about sewing through the lace and the cap and under the track, not through it. Now the wig is complete. All I do is cut off the excess thread and also the excess track hair. This hair is super full. If I was to say density wise, I would say this was about 150% density. Now I'm not at the finish line yet. After looking at the inside cap, I realized there were some open spaces, and this was due to me folding over the tracks back and forth. So it allowed some open gaps in those spaces. So what I decided to do was sew it closed. And the way I went about doing that was I separated the lace frontal from the widths that I sewed in the hair, so that way I could clearly see what I was doing to sew those spaces closed. After separating the hair, the lace frontal from the track hair, I put it in a ponytail, and as you can see, the sides and everything looks pretty good, pretty secure. You can't really see the spacings until you're looking inside the cap. On the very top, the tracks are sewn across, so I won't be having to, in the front and the back, sew a straight stitch across because there's already one in that area. I'm only going to have to do it on the sides. If I zoom in on the side, you can kind of see where the spacings are, and those spaces are nothing more than where the lace frontal is not sewn or attached to the cap, so that's why there's spacing. So if you were to cut the cap and not sew those spacings over time, say if you were to wash it, it can allow the stitching that you did to loosen, and then the inside cap would like break off or come undone. After stitching the sides, it should look something exactly like this. I used the same stitch pattern that I was doing when I was sewing the wig, so I didn't do anything different. After closing those gaps, I just cut off the excess thread. Now looking inside the cap, you don't see any of those open areas. The cap is completely closed off. So now I don't have to worry about the cap unraveling over time and then coming out. It's completely secured to the lace frontal. So now I don't have to worry about anything. Next, cut off the excess spandex cap. I did not cut all the way down. I left maybe a half an inch of cap on, and then I just cut around that, so that way it'll give the stitches a little room to move around, and I didn't have to worry about anything coming loose. And voila, here's the wig in all its glory. I will be sewing in an elastic band and also a few combs, so make sure you subscribe so you can get that in the styling video that I will be uploading after this one. I hope this video was helpful, and don't forget, comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time,